What's up, guys? Ep.59 here, and this is episode 59 of my Road to Glory. And this episode, once again, we're going to be playing divisions, but I promise you, very soon we will be doing tournaments because today is Friday, 19th of June, and EA have released 2 more tournaments added on to the ones they released on Wednesday. So that's 4 tournaments that we have to play, and that is pretty crazy. Anyways, our first game would be against this guy who's got a 4-1-2-1-2 side, and he has some very fast players in there. He's got Shirley, Sterling at Cam, Salah, and Walcott, and team of the season Herman at striker. So this guy definitely liked to use his pace, and he would sacrifice chemistry just to do so. And he was a pretty good opponent. He knew how to use his pace, and that's all I'll say. You guys will see in a few seconds what's going to happen. So anyways, we would start off really early with the ball, and we would get the first chance. Doumbia does a nice little whatever that skill move is and bangs it into the goalkeeper's right side and gets us the first goal of the game 2 minutes in, and we have a pretty good lead. And I had a good feeling when I scored early on because I felt like I could score a few more, but things turned for the worse, as you'll see. This guy cuts in with Walcott. Walcott gets past the whole defense, but luckily Guillermo keeps it away, and we are still winning. And in the second half, it took for one of us to get another chance. Doumbia would get past Chitras right there, but Chitras brings him down and gets his yellow card. And not too long after that yellow card, Chitras would commit another foul, as you'll see coming up. He gets the ball right there. I intersected with Witzel. Witzel gives it to Doumbia. Doumbia trying to get past Chitras. Gives a great pass to Emenike. Emenike sees Diego, but once again, Chitras brings Emenike down, and that is another yellow card, and that guy would get a red card because of that foul. And that put us at the advantage. We had the 1-0 lead, and this guy was down to 10 men. But something very strange happened, and that was that this guy started playing better with 10 men, and I don't know whether I was just doing really bad since he got 10 men, or he was doing really amazing, because he does open up the score sheet for himself right there with Herman in the 69th minute and bag himself the first goal of his game, and we were tied 1-1, and I wouldn't stand for that, and I would try and find the second goal right there with Doumbia. But a good save from the goalkeeper meant that we had a corner. Diego was going to cross it in, and Doumbia is going to win the header and score right there in the 71st minute, not too long after he scored his equalizing goal. So he once again had the lead, and Doumbia had a great chance right there to bag his hat-trick, but he couldn't do it because the defenders were a little too fast. And once again, he would go on the run with Herman, who's just an absolute thunderbolt with pace, goes past my whole defense. I have no way of defending that. I'm so bad at defending fast players, and Herman gets his second goal of the game. He's telling Doumbia, whatever you can do, I can do better, and he's going to go and try for that hat-trick. So we're 2-2, and I'm getting kind of nervous because I feel like this guy could win it at any given moment because of how things are playing out. And we would get a chance right there with Witzel. Great intersection from Azpilicueta, though. And who do you know has the ball? Herman, of course. He's going to run once again past my whole defense and tuck it away in the 90th minute. So Pee Wee Herman, or Pee Wee Sherman, whatever you want to call him, that's not his name, I know, gets his third goal of the game, bags his hat-trick, and pretty much wins that guy the game. And that was just such a hard defeat to take because I knew on a better day I could have gotten a result from that game, but I couldn't because of how bad my defending was and how good this guy was at using his pace with Herman right there. So a tough loss to take, and that would be our first loss of the season because we started off pretty good with 3 wins and 2 draws, but we do get our first loss. And that's just a little frustrating because I don't want to lose points very early on when I need to win as much as I can. However, I wouldn't let that put me down because we went on to the second game with the Premier League side, who also hasn't been performing too hot recently. But hopefully this episode, Sanchez can pick up the pace and start playing amazing. And we come across this guy who's got a pretty insane squad. He's got a BPL with a Bundesliga hybrid. Some amazing players in there. Sanchez versus Sanchez. This game is going to be pretty interesting to see how that plays out. Ribery, Di Maria, just all around good, expensive players that are high rated and, of course, very good stat wise. And he would try to open up the score sheet over here. Di Maria starts off the play right there. Schweinsteiger sees Lewandowski, but Lewandowski blasts it wide. Very good chance for Lewandowski to open up the score sheet right there, but lucky for us, he did not. And we would retaliate not too long after. Di Maria sees Sturridge. Sturridge puts it past the goalkeeper, but is fouled during the shot, so the shot slows down and he clears it off the line. Very good clearance from that guy, or else he would have been down. However, right off of that play, we would try and get the ball back right there and see if we could find an open space, but Di Maria gets in Alexis Sanchez's way, and that goes out for a goal kick or a offside even, it might have been. So we were trying to find that first goal because we knew there was a lot of open spaces and we could get it, really. So that's what I tried doing with Sturridge, tried to find open space. However, he gives a far too hard of a cross. Sanchez does give it to Shirley, though, and Shirley somehow gets a little bit lucky, deflects in, and we get the first goal of the game. Then in the second half, he did bring on subs. He brought on Tevez right there for Gotze. So he went with a attacking sub. So that meant this guy definitely wanted to try and get back into the game. And he would get a chance right there with Tevez. But my defense is a little too quick for him. And Company manages to shrug off Tevez and start off the play right there. Sturridge gives an amazing pass to Sanchez. Sanchez sees Neuer coming out a little bit and bangs it in the near post and gets his first goal of the game. So Sanchez gets his first goal in a while, really, and gives us a 2-0 lead. And things are looking pretty good for us because we're dominating and we're going to have a few more chances, as you'll see, to get that 3-goal lead. Company once again starts off the play, gives it a Sturridge, very similar to that last goal, the three of them. So Alexis Sanchez does a ball roll. See this, the defender blocking the goal. He's like, you know what? I know how to handle this. I'll put it through your legs. And that's what he did. Got his second goal of the game and pretty much sealed it off for us right there, as we would take the 3-0 lead. However, Alexis Sanchez wanted to get his hat-trick, and I also wanted him to get his hat-trick, so whatever I could do to give him a pass, I would try, but I just couldn't do it. However, Serge does go through on goal right there and bangs it in on the open net. And in the 89th minute, but the game is all but over as Sturridge bags his first goal of the game, and we win 4-0. I think Alexis Sanchez got man of the match there, and if not, it was Sturridge. So we go with 14 points, and that means that we are very close to promotion. With 4 more points, we get promoted, and we have 3 games left, so we have a very good chance of doing this if we just start performing better than we have and keep winning and racking up those points. And we come across this guy in our last game. Once again, we're going to be playing with the Russian League side, and he also has a pretty good side, similar to the other ones. But this guy, instead of a normal Sanchez, he has an informed Sanchez. This time it wouldn't be a Sanchez to Sanchez battle, however, because we're using the Russian League side. But this guy has an amazing team. I mean, his center midfielders are very fast and strong. They're very capable of doing damage. And Di Maria, I've said it before and I'll say it again, is such an amazing player on this game. So I had to watch out with what I did in my defensive ways against this guy, because he was very good at attacking, and with those players it would just be horrendous if I had a poor defensive display. However, we would get things started right there very early on with a little sweaty Doumbia cross right there, and he scores the header. Felipe Melo with the assist, third minute on, and Doumbia once again opens up the score sheet for us, and things were pretty good for us. However, in the 17th minute, he would have a great chance right over here with Hazard running down the wing, shrugs off 2 defenders, gives a great pass to Aguero. Aguero, very amazing how he gets to the defense right there. A little bit of a mixture of a great dribbling and poor defending from me meant that guy had gotten his first goal of the game. But I'm not going to take anything away from that, because that was an amazing goal. And not too long after, we would try and find that second goal. Felipe Melo intersects a pass, gives it to Doumbia. Doumbia gives it to Emenike. Emenike with an amazing pass to Musa. Musa with the low cross. Whistle's like, whoa, too hard, bro. But don't worry, I got this. I'll do a scissor kick, and I'll score. What an amazing play right there. Musa's cross was way too hard, but Witzel handled it perfectly. And he did give us the lead, and that would put us 2-1 up. So very good performance from the team so far. And Witzel almost loses possession to Ramirez right there. He gives a great back heel to Diego. Diego gives it to Emenike. Emenike sees Alexandro, bangs it in, and very, very luckily, there was some EAs going my way this game, and I'll admit it, to be honest, because that was the weirdest, sketchiest goal I've seen. Melo bags a goal, kind of undeserved, to be honest. He just got in the way of the shot and ended up in a goal for him. So I think this was the start of this guy's downfall, because that kind of annoyed him, I feel, because those type of goals are never fun to concede. And the fact that he was down by 2 just made things a little bit more complicated for him. And it was a little bit easier to break down the defense from there on. And as you saw right there with Emenike, we would bag the 4th goal. And that was enough for this guy, because he paused it and he rage quit. And we sealed the 3 points. So now we're 1 point, I believe, 1 point if I'm not mistaken, from getting promoted. and 4 points from the title. So hopefully we can do that in the upcoming episodes. Anyways, guys, this has been episode 59. My name is Ep.59.